Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are very close to having the world conquered here. It's going to be a little bit yet because we don't have particularly good claims on what's left. We'll see what we can do with that. But for now we are doing an invade kingdom, I think? Holy War for Kingdom, up over here. Yes, and where were we going to raise troops? Did we get that done? I don't think we did. Okay, so we're going to drop a rally point somewhere over probably here, if I had to guess. And we'll raise up our men-at-arms. Do we need anything other than men-at-arms? They've got 30k, so we probably should. We'll raise up a few of our own. They brought in a holy order as well. So they're now at like 40k. We should definitely do that. And they brought in an ally, so they're at 45k. That's fine. We can scale up our army to whatever we need. So in this case, we are going to target around 50k. And that'll do. So we'll stop gathering here. These guys are going to start moving in. Now, there's going to be a supply issue with an army of this size, obviously. We can't middle mouse scroll. There we go. We're going to head on in and get this siege underway. Cool. So get that all grouped together. Sure, we can name our child. That's fine. I don't want to find title. I want to group these together. Apparently my mouse was, or rather my keyboard hand was in the wrong location. But we are going to go ahead and split off our bombards here. There we go. And honestly, like 5k is plenty. There we go. Where are they? I wonder. We'll find out. We're going to move up over here. We don't have a siege leader here, although I don't, strictly speaking, think we need one. Oh, hello. Here's some enemies. Fantastic. We're going to head in over this direction. We're at 14% war score right now. They do not like this. These guys are running away. I want to chase down this force first. I want to ensure that our siege force is safe. That is the primary goal at this time. They can siege down here however they want. I just want to make sure that this is all cut off. Okay, so they're running off. They're presumably going to come down here and join these guys. At this point, our siege force is reasonably safe, and we're going to head down here. That should be fine. We're making our way kind of towards their capital, but that's a long ways away. So we're just kind of sieging along this coast for right now. But we'll be able to come down here and fight these guys. No problem at all. We will not give pause away. Okay, we are going to siege here and head on over to this barony. We're going to fight over here, it looks like, pretty soon. They're sieging and they're running. They're not going to finish their siege. Interesting. They're going to try to fight us off. I don't think they're going to be very successful. These guys are not trying to join. Now they are. Yeah, that's all fine. That's an interesting choice. I'm not sure why they want to come in at this point rather than running away and try to regroup. But okay, if they want to get stack wiped, we'll let them get stack wiped. Cool. At this point, we want to make our way back up over this way because we want to not have them regroup here and then come north and wipe our siege force. That would be problematic for us. So up we go. Helps if you unpause, turns out. Who could have seen that one coming? 15 days left on this siege. We have a sun. Sounds good. We're a long ways away from this siege force. They came back over here. I don't really care about that. Oh, we don't have enough troops to siege this. Wow, a garrison of 5,900. That's insane. Okay, well, we'll make our way over with this force. We'll be able to, okay, they're all sieging over here. That sounds good to me. We'll be able to get this done pretty quick. This war will be over soon. We're just going to walk over here. Yeah, we're going to take some... I don't want to enter the... I don't want to enter the court. We're going to give them a feast. That'll be fine. The feast begins. Sounds good. So these sieges will finish up. I will turn the other cheek, since that loses us stress. Okay. So next, I think we're to go for Ducal Conquest. We're going to want Forced Vassalage as soon as we can. That is of vital importance to us. So that's going to be a couple years out. We'll just group this together and we'll finish this up with sieges, I think. We're 61% from occupation. Yeah, this should be fine. This is definitely sieging slowly compared to what we're used to. That's okay. Not a big deal. We'll head down and continue to siege. Our guests are leaving. That's always fine. Okay, 93%. This could end the war, but it may not. It did. Okay. Sounds good. So this territory is all ours. We're going to have to hand it out. Because we are now at 45 out of 15 holdings. Honestly, I think we're just going to give the kingdom title. We're going to usurp this. We're just going to give the kingdom title to this guy, and well, we'll do that. We'll give it to this guy, and we'll let him deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. Everything underneath it. Here you go, buddy. He's going to gain 1,200 opinion of us. He's rather happy. He is rather happy. Fantastic. Okay, so now there's this, of course, and we're truce to him. There's Carthage. Well, now, isn't this quite a thing? We have a claim on Carthage. We don't have the prestige for it, to be clear. We could work on that, though. And I would like to go after this guy as well. I don't think we have claims here. No, not really. Yes, an extra 150 prestige is vitally important right now, actually. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. 150 more prestige. This is fine. We should now host a feast. Oh, we should actually do this. Fantastic. We're going to do this, and that will get us a bunch of, like, same faith opinion and such. Ever since the Sassanid Empire succumbed to the Arab invasions, I don't remember that happening, Persia has suffered under the yoke of Mohammedan rulers. The last remnants of the old Zoroastrian order retreated north into the plains of Central Asia. But now, at long last, Zoroastrian rule over Persia has been restored. Okay, that happened a while ago. This miraculous recovery can only be attributed to my brilliant leadership. Oh yeah, this guy, he was the one who did it. Definitely. It didn't happen hundreds of years ago. And many amongst the clergy have decreed me the Saoscient? I'm sure I butchered that. We're going to go with Saoscient, the savior of the world that Zoroaster himself spoke of thousands of years ago. After embracing this role, I'm now revered as a holy icon by Zoroastrians everywhere. I shall bring benefit to all. Cool. I mean, monthly prestige plus 15% is really good. We're making like 100 per month, so that's like 15 extra prestige per month. Okay, it's like 10 extra prestige per month. But still, that's still really good. So we can't host a feast until 1409. But that's fine. What else can we potentially do? We could found a university that costs us prestige. We could reclaim Rome. I don't think we're going to do that. We could exoticize a great hall. 850 prestige. Done. Carthaginian architecture. Perfect. In honor of the realm we're about to conquer with that prestige. I like it. So, yep, this is fine. Anything that gets us prestige at this point, we want. Okay, all of that's absolutely okay. Sure, show this guy in. He's going to bring us prestige, 150 of it. Beautiful. Paz has revealed a secret. Paz told us that this guy's a witch. Okay. Sounds good. You're a vassal. Declined. That one's acceptable. Okay. We need more prestige. We need like 10,000. That's a lot of prestige. I'm not going to lie. That is a whole lot of prestige. That said, we are making like what, 1,200 per year? So that's not too bad. We decline this one, and sure, that one's fine. This guy, are you on Foreign Affairs? What are you actually doing? Yeah, you're on Foreign Affairs. Good. We do need a new spy master. That would be this fine gentleman right here. Sounds good. I want to take a look while we're waiting on this prestige up over this way to see if we can get anything fairly cheaply over here. Like how Venice is just like a third of Ireland. That's pretty great. I would love to go after this guy. We just don't have claims. Is there a claimant available yet? Not really. Okay. What about over here? Not great claims. And claimant? You would not come to court. You would not come to court either. These are all his liege's children. Yeah, that's not particularly useful to us. So what about this guy? We don't have a CB. There are some good claimants here. We could conquer this in theory. These are all children that are male claimants, so that's not actually useful. This guy's landed. We can't really do too much with him. Okay. So honestly, there's not a ton we can do. We could maybe look into this guy. We could holy war for this duchy. That's something we could do. This is independent. We can seize that de jure. And we get everything de jure over here. Done. Yeah, that costs us a little bit of prestige, but I'm ultimately okay with that. So we're going to raise up our troops over here. And raise all men-at-arms. They called in some holy orders. That's fine. We don't really care. We're going to go take over these locations. We will eventually have our troops here, and then we'll embark and head on up. But as far as these mainland locations go, it's going to be a little interesting trying to get claims on them. But that's kind of the point behind going after forced vassalage, right? We want to be able to at least go after somebody like this guy with a forced vassalage CB. Or maybe this guy. I'm not sure if we would get that because we don't actually have a land border. I think that we wouldn't be able to forced vassalize him, but we'll see. So we're going to come in over here and start our sieging. This will not take us long to get through this. So that'll be perfect. We're already at 47% war score here. I think we're going to intercept their troops here. Yep. Fantastic. Correctly predicted where they were going to go. And this war is over. So enforce that, and then we are going to head up over to Shetland. We're going to need to hand this territory out, of course, and we definitely will do so. We're just going to give them to random vassals for now. Actually, we could move them into this same kingdom. And that's not the worst concept. We'll go ahead and do so. Our court grandeur level has hit 10 again. That's always great. And we need just a little bit more prestige here, like 3,000. I say a little bit. It's actually a lot of prestige. And we may end up wanting to not do anything, because there's not anything we can do while at war. We're mostly just waiting. So we're getting a couple of these last few straggler locations done. I do expect that we conquer the world this life. So that'll be fine. We are a vassal above our direct vassal limit, which is a little surprising to me. But okay. I don't think it matters all that much, in all honesty, to be 1 or 2 vassals above. We'll enforce this, of course. That goes de jure to someone else, I believe. Nope, this guy is our vassal. We should move you into, like, Estonia here. There we go. We do not need you to be our vassal. Okay, we're going to go land on the Faroe Islands, and then we're going to go to Iceland after. Cool, we'll get that squared away, and then there's, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 remaining realms after that, other than ours. Man, that's getting close. Okay, we're going to go hit their capital next. That will likely end that war. We do need a new chancellor, and that will be this guy. Sounds good. One direct vassal above. That's okay. Not a big deal at all. Once we switch over to Europa, I mean, we're going to have a hard time governing all of this in Europa. Coring is going to be exciting, for sure. We may never be underneath our administrative cap. That's going to be interesting. This is by far going to be the strongest start we've ever had in Europa, since we haven't technically conquered the map before in Crusader Kings. But this will be the first time. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. This is a duchy level realm. I'm going to toss that into Estonia as well. There we go. No problem whatsoever there. So we're currently at 8610 in terms of prestige. I would really like to do something here. I guess we could go on a pilgrimage, but that doesn't particularly help. But it's okay. We can do it. Anything that would get us prestige in here? Yes, 150 prestige. Done. Anything else? Yes, 150 prestige. Done. Anything else? No. But that's fine. That did get us a good amount there. It's no time to give up. Yeah, we just don't have much there. Okay. That is something that we will do with our forced vassalage, I think. Okay. 100 prestige sounds good. This is acceptable, as is this. Okay. We have 9,000 prestige right now. We are currently on High Crown Authority. We should probably bump up to Absolute. That will cost us 500 prestige, but I still think that we should do it. And we can also revoke a title over here. This one, Guardsman. We'll revoke that, and we are home from our pilgrimage. Perfect. We can now hold court if we wanted to. That could get us more prestige, so let's go ahead and do it. It's been a long time. It does cost us 88 prestige to do, but let's listen to the first petitioner. I'm not going to read through all of this right now. We've done that a bunch of times. Court grandeur and diplomacy, lifestyle experience, I guess that's okay. We can pay this guy gold. I don't care about gold. And sure, we'll employ a jester. Our business here is done. Cool. Okay, we do need something over here. So that gives us forced vassalage. Now, forced vassalage as a CB does cost prestige. So that is a bit of a concern, for sure. How much would it cost to force vassalize this guy? Yeah, 700 prestige there. This guy's probably too big. Yep, he's too big. Venice may not be too big. 980. And I don't think, yeah, we have no CB on him. So one thing we really do need to do is find a claimant here. That'd be really good. I would love it if one of these guys would come to court. They would not. We may end up having to do... This is not a good claim, right? Yeah, not a great claim. We may end up having to do a holy war for kingdom, but even that's not a... Actually, that's a pretty good holy war. But that would be a next life thing, which I don't expect to get to the next life. It'll be interesting for sure. We're going to proceed here a bit, and we need to get prestige. That is what we need right now, so that we can do this. 75 prestige, I like it. 10,500. Claimant of different religion. Hang on. We might be able to cheapen this. 88%. Give it a go. Hey, he converted. Okay, so because he converted, now we should be able to afford this easily. 5250. Done. So that gets declared. And we're lacking a chancellor. We should definitely get one. That lady will do. And I want to drop in our levy troops, or rather our men-at-arms here. How many levies are we going to need? He only has access to like 15,000 troops. Okay. We'll raise up a few here, but not very many. He got a holy order. 21,000 troops. Okay, sounds good to me. So we'll scale up as necessary here. That'll do. And we're just waiting on our men-at-arms at this point, but these guys can go start a slow siege. That'll buy us a little time. We're no longer ill. Always great. And we've got plenty of prestige to go after these other locations. Now, this one we're going to have to do, I think, a bit more piecemeal. And Demnonia we may as well. We'll see. Okay, so we have siege down over here. They are here. So we're just going to head down this coast towards where their troops are. And they're also, their capital's up over here. So that would be fine. Once we have Carthage under our control, that is... Are you the most powerful non-us state right now? I think they are. Carthage is. Interesting. Well, they're not very powerful. That's for sure. Even if every realm out there that is currently independent went up against us while we were fighting rebels, they would still lose. That's the thing right now. This is over. It's just a matter of time. So we're going to head in over here and siege this. And the question is, how much time will it take to get this all on our side? They are currently trying to run away, and we're going to chase them. I'm not going to let them run away. But we are going to split off a siege force, because I don't want to have our siege force chasing them. That's kind of pointless. So we're going to send these guys up over this way to siege, and we are going to chase after them down over this way. Cool. We'll try to cut them off through this pass. Interesting. If they're going to stay there in siege, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, we're going to fight them here. This is just free. So that's a stack wipe, and we're going to stack wipe this stack as well. We're 82% war score at this time. 94. This should end it. Yep. There we go. Carthage is ours. No, it isn't, because it's an Empire level title. Right. We just put this guy on the throne. I gotta admit, that wasn't ideal. I should have thought of that. Carthage was Empire level. That's my own fault. We're going to disband our troops. Now, we could... Did he have other titles? No. Wait, what? Oh, right. He did have these other titles. Yeah, so we're going to have to go after him for those. That was entirely my own fault. There's no doubt about that one. This guy has a bunch of claims up over here. Yeah, I should have thought of that. For some reason, I was completely spacing the fact that this is an Empire level title. That is entirely my own fault, but I think we're going to let that sit for... Actually, we shouldn't. We should declare on this, and we should seize all de jure lands right now. No, we should press all of our claims that we can. Which for now is just this. Or we could go after a de jure duchy. Or we could seize... Or actually, he is our religion. We could look to try to inherit this. That is an option. I'm not sure it's a great option, but it is an option. Yeah, I definitely should have thought of that. That was entirely my own fault. Now, we could go after this guy for de jure lands, or for this guy's claims, or this guy's claims. Ultimately, I think I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode, we will bemoan how dumb I am, but likely I'll have forgotten about it by then. And we'll likely go after some of these guys with our smaller claims. But yeah, we gave Carthage more land rather than annexing them, and that was not ideal. But yeah, Empire level title. That'll happen. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.